Hi guys, you are here with Chef Vee. This is Dine and Wine with Chef Vee. My name is Vanessa Cole. I am your host, your private chef, all-round lifestyle lover, enjoyment queen, and I am so excited for this episode. We are getting creative. You know me, yes, I've been a chef for about 2 years, but before that, creativity, fashion has been my passion. So we are here with two creative bosses. I would love you girls to introduce yourselves. You've heard me. I've keep it nice, keep it fun, keep it sexy. Let the world know who
I'll
you
try.
are.
Okay, hi, I'm Derin from Isale Eko. I work in fashion, PR, and I also create content. I think I'm an influencer. Yes.
Please own it.
Hi, I'm Zonna. I'm a creative director, content creator, and visual storyteller.
I like that.
And I've been in fashion for about 3-4 years, and I'm loving it.
Nice,
Right.
nice. Love it, love it. So, girls, let's have fun. Do you know how to have fun?
Think
I
so.
guess so.
Stop saying I think
I
so.
think so.
Own
Coffee
it.
involves alcohol.
That's why we're
Oh, that's
saying
what
we're
you're
having
pointing
fun.
at. Yes,
We
yes,
are about
yes,
to
yes,
drink.
yes.
So we've got Declan red wine.
Okay.
Shout out to Declan. So
Shout out.
We're gonna keep it nice and
Groovy.
sexy. Red wine.
Is
It
that right?
allows
Okay,
us
good. I
to
like
just,
Cool.
loosen up a bit.
Thank you.
I'm sure from the red
Guys,
wine you
let's
can
get
have a
drunk.
guess of what type of
Are we supposed to
meal
get
we're
drunk?
gonna have.
Can we get
Yes,
drunk while we're doing
please.
That'll be a funny video.
We got bottles.
That'll be awesome.
I think the best conversations come when you drink. That's why it's dine and wine.
Actually nice.
So what are we cheersing to?
So, it's an awesome podcast, I guess.
It's an awesome podcast.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
And owning it.
Yeah.
Owning it.
Okay,
Yep,
great.
I love that.
So we're gonna start with a little game.
Okay.
In my little basket of things, we have some games to play. This is called a plethora of thoughts. It could be a quote, it could be a question. I would love you to read it out and
Apply it to yourself.
apply it to yourself. Exactly. See you
That sounds like
taking the
fun.
words out my mouth.
Sorry.
So let the spirit lead you. Pick one.
Okay.
Okay. This is so long.
I'll pick purple.
Should I read it out?
Yes.
Struggling with depression and anxiety feels like constantly struggling with two opposing feelings, not being able to sleep because you don't know if something bad will happen while you're asleep. While being constantly tired, not being able to start the new projects because you're too anxious. Or giving up midway because you don't see a point in life anymore, feeling nervous about how you look in public, but not having the energy to take care of yourself. Okay,
Oh, so long.
That's long. Wow, that's deep.
I swear.
Like an
That's
essay.
deep. That's
I
very
swear. Okay. Applies to myself how? In what context, actually?
deep. If you relate, if you don't relate, do you have a story to tell?
Okay, not like I don't relate to depression and anxiety, but I can relate to the part of being nervous, obviously, because I don't think I've ever been nervous about being how I look. But I think, obviously, at some point in my life, actually starting out into fashion, I think I was a bit nervous because, long story, short story. I used to work in like the corporate world. This was like maybe 6 years ago. Yep, and it just was not fulfilling. I won't say I was depressed, but I was actually sad because I was just working every day
Yeah.
and going home
Yeah.
and collecting my salary, and
Yeah.
that was it. And I used to have this group on WhatsApp with my friends. Maybe not a group, but I used to share like pictures when I dress up to my friends. I have this friend, Labisi. She would always abuse me every single day. That why are you sending me this picture? You need to send it to people that would have like appreciate it. I know you know how to dress.
Yeah.
How about you send it to? But just that being nervous, not being sure how will people take it, And then when people used to like blog a lot, like okay, start a blog, and it was just not. It's not as easy as it always seems. Like the work now seems like, oh yeah, what are you doing? You're just taking pictures and
Yeah.
having a good time. But it didn't start off like
but
that.
I find that hesitation usually happens when you actually care about something.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, oh what if they don't like
Yeah.
this? What if they think?
Because this is personal
What if
now.
you think
This is,
you
this
look,
is something you
what
enjoy.
if you think you look nice,
Yeah.
and the next person is like,
What you wear?
It's disgusting. So my friend now actually created the website for me.
Oh wow,
By
that's
herself.
That's a good
I
friend.
think
Wow.
that's one person I can never forget.
Wow.
She literally just called me one year. She's like, Derin, I've created your website.
Oh wow.
Like,
exactly.
you need to start your. I'm like, huh? She's like, she's not joking. And then she sends it to me. And I go on it and I actually say that, like,
The chef is sharing your business.
she doesn't, but she's like, actually works in digital, like digital marketing and
nice.
stuff. So, I started out slowly.
Yeah.
I was so nervous. And then I had this other experience where one time, like 5 years ago, I was going to a wedding and I wore this outfit. I know I'm small. I've always been small. It's not like a new thing. I don't think I look weird or different. But so Bella Nigeria Weddings posted a picture of me. Oh my God. Like, I've never had so much hate comments. Actually, I don't even think people actually had. I didn't even know people had a problem. I thought like being skinny was like a thing.
Nigerians
it
were like,
seemed
they'll say see this one.
No, you don't understand. Like, it was a big deal.
Of course.
Like, Bella Nigeria Weddings had to do up like 2 posts about my outfit. Like, it became like a viral thing. I'm like, oh my
If you're big, there's a comment.
like,
If you're
it
small,
was-
there's more
exactly like it was like,
can't
oh, she's so
satisfy
skinny.
everyone.
She has HIV. She needs to, like, I'm not joking. It was so bad. Like, I would say it got to me, but I don't think it.
No,
it
because
did,
you
but-
know Nigerians. It's past shade. Like this is like
no, like
they,
it
that
came
is like
from
it's
me,
like venom.
No, like,
like
it came from me. Like, it wasn't even a joke.
Wow,
So after
wow,
that,
wow.
I think after that I've kind of grown like a thick skin.
Yeah, you have
But
to.
obviously, being nervous is really something that I think is in everybody, regardless
Yeah.
of whatever you're doing. Even
Yeah.
if you're not even in like the creative space,
Yeah.
no matter what you're doing, you're going to be nervous at some point. It might be
Exactly.
getting married or having a
Exactly.
relationship or
Exactly.
something
But
else.
thank God you had a friend in your
Yeah.
corner that could push
Yeah.
that.
As in, I
Amazing.
think my friends pushing me was really something that got me to
Yeah.
start. So one day I just quit my job. Literally, like, no, I didn't even tell my friends. I just quit my job one day and then I traveled. I went to America for like a few weeks and then I came back and I was like, this is what I'm going to do.
Go girl. Go girl.
It wasn't easy though in the beginning,
I'm
because
inspired.
Nigerians now have a hang of being creative.
Yeah.
Like, they understand it, but initially it was like they didn't get it.
Yeah,
Like, what are you
they
doing?
didn't. But no,
now-
we'll talk about that. I
Yeah.
mean, definitely. I think
But yeah,
a
that's
great
how
one.
I relate to
Great.
this.
Okay. Go on, girl.
Okay, there is no reward for being burnt out. It is perfectly fine for you to take a break from your business and your studies to recuperate. What is the point of all your hard work if you are not going to be healthy enough to enjoy the fruits of your labor? Resting is also a form of productivity. Okay, so I guess like I relate to this in the sense that I'm a bit of a perfectionist with work, and even with like making simple reels on Instagram, I can do it like a million times until like it's right. But like sometimes when I do rest, I feel like I'm being lazy. You feel like now if you haven't, if you're not
You're not doing
satisfied,
something.
Yeah.
like you need to continue. But like lately, I'm actually taking
It's important.
successful breaks. Like I
Yeah.
can take a whole day and I'm just chilled, relaxed. Like I
Yeah.
don't have to stress myself because there's no reward for being burnt out. Like you
Yeah.
could literally get sick if you're not eating right. And sometimes I forget to eat. Sometimes so like
No,
just that's how I
that's
can
so
relate to
important.
this because if you're a perfectionist or you're someone that is very passionate about your work,
Yeah.
you feel like any time you have, you should focus on it, but you should also take breaks in
Yeah.
between. Yeah, because if you die, you die.
It's
like,
important, especially being in the
nobody will be
industry.
there for you. Like
Exactly.
yeah, so taking breaks in
important.
between work is really productive.
Yeah, amazing. Nice
Okay,
one.
great.
So mine is short. It's a question. It says, what are you currently avoiding?
Ooh.
And it's what you said. I've been currently avoiding rest. I have been in a turbulence of just work.
Yeah.
And I've had to literally be so strict now. Like, it's been something I have to physically say. In the past 2 days, I just realized that I have to carve out this time to just rest in the next, week or so, and just be so deliberate in making sure I have that moment, because I'm about to
necessary.
burn out. And I think if you're listening to this and you've heard what we've had to say, it's very important to be able to even take that step to move into what
To
you want to
start,
do
yes.
next.
Yeah.
You can't move into that in a place of exhaustion or
Exactly. If you're
you know,
tired, you
if
can't
you're
even get
tired,
anything done.
exactly.
You
You
can't
can't
even
do
think right.
anything.
Yeah.
Can't
You
do
can get
anything.
sick and then you can't even accomplish what you want to accomplish. Like, what's the
Exactly.
point?
So I think from this little segment, we can see that rest, taking time for yourself, to understand what works for you and what you want to do for yourself is super important.
Yeah.
And having a good support system behind you to keep
But
you at
that
rest
one
when you
is-
have it, and to also
It
move you
does.
when it's
Having
time
a
to
good support
move.
system is so important.
Yeah.
Like,
But not everyone does, and it's actually hard on some
Yeah.
people.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it
I
is.
know, but
Because if you have it, you're lucky.
Okay, guys, wow, this has been such a deep start, but I think it was essential. Let's get some food because I'm hungry.
yay to that. I'm
Honestly,
hungry.
let's have a good time. Let's make this conversation a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more interesting, and enjoy the wine, enjoy our company. So we're
Yep.
gonna take a little break now. I'm gonna go prepare the food.
Perfect.
Have a guess what we're gonna eat, and I'll be back soon.
Can I guess now? Hungry Derin is fed Derin is happy Derin. Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, so y'all are being spoiled.
Thank you.
You
Looks
deserve
so
to be
good.
well fed.
Looks good.
Thank
Very
you,
good.
thank you. So we have a rack of lamb today.
Okay.
It has been seasoned with some fresh herbs, some rosemary, salt and
Smells
pepper.
very fresh.
Thank you. I'm all about fresh ingredients.
Alright.
And we have a sweet potato mash. And then the jus is made from red wine, brown sugar, and rosemary as well with a lot of butter.
Okay.
So it's a little treat. Keep it nice and
Lovely.
sweet. I hope you enjoy. Not too much
Okay.
butter.
Can we start?
We can
Oh,
start.
perfect.
So whilst you take your first bite,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are gonna get a little bit about me from this dish because lamb is my favorite thing to cook.
Okay.
I want you to think about what inspires you, what's one of your main influences in what you do. It can be, I want it to be short. So what is your source of inspiration? Let's put it that way.
Okay, I think you should start.
Why me?
Because I'm only thinking of food right now.
What's my source of inspiration? These kind of questions always get to me because it's quite deep.
I like deep. Let's go.
I don't like deep because I have to be vulnerable. I hate being vulnerable.
Girl, then why are you on a podcast?
I'm sorry. Okay, so one of my sources of my primary source of inspiration right? I would say I'm very self-motivated. I'm very big on like the things that I'm passionate about and just achieving them. I don't really look up to anyone to like push me or, ginger me on. I'm kind of like my own self, what's that word? I don't know the word to use, but like, yeah, that's just how I
You motivate
feel.
yourself basically.
I motivate myself basically, and it's like once I have my eyes set on something and I'm really passionate about it, that's just how I feel. Like, yeah.
And I think that's good. I think it's nice sometimes as women, we don't blow our trumpets enough.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of creatives, we do get a source of inspiration from things that are personal to us. And men can talk about their...
Anything.
Men can talk about anything and make it a story. I think we
Right.
deserve to do the same.
Right.
How about you? What's your source of inspiration?
I think generally I just like fashion. Like I love fashion. I think that different people's style. I will not say it's one thing in particular.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it's probably like different things along the way that like pushed me to just know that okay, this is what I want to do.
Mhm.
I know that so my style is very me, but obviously inspired by so many things and so many people. I can't even think of who and who right now, but yeah, I think self-motivation. I don't think it's self-motivation. People push me.
So
generally.
it's people. You get inspired
I
by
get
people
inspired
around
a lot
you.
by people a lot,
And that's
a lot.
beautiful.
And I think Nigerians are also really creative and very well. Those that are stylish, but Nigerians are extremely creative people, even in music.
Yeah.
And like it's not even just like fashion.
Yeah.
It's like music. It's like in architecture. It's like in food. Everybody's just doing their own thing and like breaking the barrier. It just makes me really happy and it's really inspiring.
That's nice. I love that.
And everybody just doing their own thing. And it might take a while, but just knowing that okay, you have that talent and it's not something that's given to you.
Yeah.
And
I agree with that for
exactly
sure.
as yeah.
I think I'm similar with you. I get inspired by those things around me,
Around you.
people around me, my upbringing, my family. So my mom is the biggest inspiration when it comes to my food. How she
That's
taught me how
cool.
to cook is literally the epitome of how I do my food now. But I would say I definitely have to just give it to the big man God as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I go to him first when it comes to everything, and I get a lot of my creativity from my dreams. Very funny enough, like I can dream a dish and then I have to find a way to create it in the physicality.
Okay.
But it has to be spiritual for me. I think creativity is a spiritual
They're like
act.
very spiritual.
I'm very spiritual. Okay, so I love what you said about Lagos being a creative place. I think from the fashion, the food, the music, art,
Everything.
Yeah.
there's a lot of creative people. But I want to switch it up a bit because I was very inspired earlier today. I was speaking to some people and we are just talking about the difference between men in the industry versus women in the industry. And one thing that we discussed was that men have audacity. They have the audacity to sell their brand, whether it's to put their price way up, to make the story a brand. Like I know in the food industry, for example, the male chefs are really just
Yeah, they are.
scattering
They're
the market.
actually.
Like one person I had to respect for the chef Stern that did that $1,000 menu in Abuja, and the way people were going after him on Twitter, like how can he?
Are you
He still
serious?
sold out. He sold out on the $1,000 menu in Abuja. Like the male chefs are really taking over, and I've seen it in fashion, I've seen it in photography. I mean, women naturally like
They
we
like cower
we're
or
more
like shy away.
we're shy away, and
Yeah.
maybe we try and think, oh, I don't want to be prideful. Or we even just say, oh, I don't. This is not what I do well. But men can say, no, anything
what
I
I
can
do.
do, I can do it. You know, you'll see them take something like they'll even say, they'll say if you talk to them, yeah, I didn't know how to do it, but I said I could do that job, and I found a
And
way
I
to
found
do it.
myself doing it.
So what do you think? Like, tell me if you've had an experience similar in your industry or even in personal life.
I would say like with me, especially when you mention photography, because I do photography, but the reason why I'm not really deep into it is because I feel like I'm not as good as these other photographers that are well. Even someone.
Do you
told
see
me
what
that
you just said?
I,
Do you see?
So why do you feel?
Where's
why
your
do you think-
audacity?
Why do you feel like? Why do you feel like you're not as good as them?
that's the thing. I know I am, but like I just shy away from it because honestly, I don't even know. Like saying it, I even feel stupid saying it out loud. Because I do it right, and people reach out to me. It's not like I'm even chasing it, but I just like shy away, mostly because it's not my focus. First of all,
But can I say something? When I go on your page, I can see the professionalism in how you
Yeah.
how you put together your editing.
yeah, people think I use a camera. but
Like
I use
if you give a
So
class,
everything on
if
your
you
page
give
is
a
like an
class,
iPhone?
my phone.
if you give a class, I'll pay for it.
Yeah, and I also want to do that too, but I don't know why.
So
I
what
don't
what
know.
are we doing wrong?
But honestly, like I'm not saying I'm not bold enough with that. I just kind of like put myself in. I'm a creative director. I'm a content creator. So with those areas, I'm like very confident, and I push out for jobs in that lane. Like I don't even care whether I'm big or I'm small. But I guess photography, just because it's fully like saturated
yeah.
already, I'm like, I don't come and struggle. Let me just pick a lane that I'm already really good at. But photography
And
is something
stick to
I
that.
still want to definitely pursue.
But do you feel even with the content creating, as you said, do you think that you are literally being bold and saying this is my price and I don't care if you think it's ridiculous, I do it well? Like would you state it confidently?
I do state it confidently, but the thing with content creation, especially, Nigerians don't really value content. They go for, they want quantity over quality, and that's what I've noticed. It's like they want you to have 100,000, 500,000 followers before they work with you, those kind of things. So that's the struggle there when it comes to pricing. But aside that, I'm very bold with my rates and what I do because I see there's a clear difference with the effort I put into my work and the effort someone else could just like carry this glass cup and take a picture, but like I
Yeah.
would plan a whole shoot, design the set, design this. So you need to pay for all that effort, yeah.
What do you think, Derin? How have you felt? I mean, in PR, I'm sure you've dealt with events, seeing how, for example, let's say male personalities versus female personalities, dealing with both sexes. How do you feel the two have been able to pitch themselves confidently, and yourself?
I won't say directly I have experienced it, but I know that obviously it happens. I don't know. I think with women, it's more. I don't know why we shy away, or even like just saying what you do. Like an example, when I sat here and you said I introduced myself and I said I think I'm an influencer,
Yeah.
you know. I don't know what it says about, it's not that I'm not comfortable in what I do. I love what I do, in fact, but I don't know what it is that
But I
makes
don't
you
know,
just shy away.
we just
from
have a
saying yes,
precaution.
of like, let me just be careful.
Because I don't know
how they're
why
going
is it
to-
upbringing we're
I don't
just
even
quite.
get it.
I don't know what it is.
I think it's just that thing of it's a man's world and like we try to ignore it, but at the same time it still gets
there
to
lingering.
us.
It
Yes.
does, because
Just
it has to
there.
be somewhere in
It
his
is
subconscious.
actually
It's like a
lingering.
complex that we have to undo, because a man can just walk into a space
And say 1, 2, 3,
be
4, 5, and that's it.
he's audacious. And especially when you can see that he's actually delivering. Not all, there are some great male creatives
Of
out
course,
there, or
definitely.
businessmen,
But it's
entrepreneurs.
not
But
like
you know,
maybe just like bare minimum.
exactly.
And
But
it's
the
like, okay.
percentage of those that are mediocre and thriving is men. You don't see a female person being audacious about mediocrity. We have to be so confident in what we're doing to be able to feel like, yes, I can back this up. But if it's something like, let's say it's a new business, or we're just getting into it, or it's something that we're doing on the side, I feel like we can be a bit less. I'm using
Bold
the word
about it.
audacious, bold.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started being a chef. I'm sorry, I'm good at what I do. I'm a good chef. I'm seeing the private chefs in the industry, and it's still a very new place in Nigeria. And there's
Yes.
good chefs, but there's not enough for me to feel nervous. I think
Right.
I can
Yeah.
come in and wipe a market if I really wanted to.
There are not
But
that many.
I feel like I'm tiptoeing.
Why?
Ask me. Ask me, why am I tiptoeing? Because this thing is not just that I went to culinary school to be. I was good before I even went to culinary school. Cooking has been in my body from time. I've been doing dinner parties. People have been telling me I need to sell this, sell
Yeah.
that. I went to culinary school literally just to learn the advanced techniques.
Where do you
And
go to culinary school? Sorry.
it's called Chef Academy in London.
Okay.
And I also worked at a 2 Michelin star restaurant for over a year
London?
in
Wow.
London.
Okay.
So I have on top of learning how to cook my whole life, I have these backings to say. But you hear a male chef or someone just say, they don't know how to even successfully put different flavors and flavor profiles together, and all those they cordon bleu for 3 months. And I'm sorry, culinary school doesn't even make the chef. There's so many things, and
It's for them.
it's just they know how to back themselves. And to me, I have to still even keep my mouth shut, because they have tapped into a market. They have branded themselves. They have created a story.
The male chefs have
They are
gone
creating
fast.
stories. And I'm not even just going to talk about male chefs. I think it's in every area of entrepreneurship.
Even in like stylists.
Styling.
Yes.
The,
If you think
those
about
male
it, yeah.
stylists are creating stories for
no,
themselves.
they're-
Artists creating stories. You see, like, for example, female artists, female singers, they don't want to be
Even
as
if you want to
comfortable.
count, how many female singers can you count and say, okay,
Exactly.
she's like at the peak of her game.
Exactly.
And
But
then talk less of like the male ones.
males can rap about nonsense.
And they don't even rap
And-
about anything directly. It's always just.
But
nonsense.
females feel like they have to be super serious.
And then you have to be careful because you don't want to be perceived in a
as
type
being
of
a
way.
promiscuous or whatever. And I think we feel like
Everything
we have
is
so
double
many more
standard, kind of.
barriers.
Yeah, we do.
And we don't want to be it's so easy to call a woman, why is she talking like that? Who does she think she is? But you don't
Yeah.
say that about
Not
men.
about
And
a man, yeah.
it's just, I'm tired. I'm
tiring.
tired. I'm tired.
It is.
Because I'm seeing so much opportunity, so much amazing talent that lies in females, and we're just tiptoeing
Everybody
and
just
tiptoeing.
like not coming out of their shell.
Exactly.
But the males are like on another level.
Another level.
It's like
Wow.
the world was.
So
built
what
for
tip
them.
can you give? Like me, I'm a victim, so I need tips. Like let's help each other. Like, how do you think we can do better? Like, how can we step into these things more confidently?
I think that's last thing you just said. Being confident, number one. I think
Yeah.
is like you think, because when you're not confident, it takes away like 70% of everything that you have to do. Confidence literally opens doors. Not literally, obviously, but
Yeah.
because when you go and you're trying to sell this glass of wine, and because you're really confident, even if you know it's trash,
Yeah.
you're going to sell it because
Yeah.
like you're a sweet talker,
Yeah.
you're confident in what you're doing.
One thing I will say as well, no matter this is something that I have to teach myself as well, because I'm about quality, and quality is very important.
Yeah.
But
There'll
I don't
always be quality over quantity
I
for
don't
me.
think in terms of selling your market to people, quality may not be the number one thing that brings them in.
No, of course
It's not.
Yes,
Let's be
it's
honest.
not.
Like
Yeah.
I'm someone about quality. I believe that
Same here.
what I do is what is what it stands above a lot of people. But let's be honest. It's about storytelling. It's about your brand. People are going to come in because they want to experience you.
Yeah.
They want to experience what you're doing. Like everyone is all about I was with this person, like I was, they'll Instagram you, they'll be putting you on your story because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Nigerians like to be in
Nigerians
part of
love
the,
them.
the hype. They want to be part of what's happening.
Everybody was
Happening
popping,
person.
yeah.
And even if that happening person doesn't, it gives
not
them
even delivering, yeah.
Exactly. It's about storytelling, and I think that's what the men are doing better. They
Mm.
are
They're also hanging with the right crowd.
hanging with them. It's everything, who they're talking to,
networking.
Yeah.
and how they're talking to said people, and how they're speaking to their audience. And one thing is, when you have that audaciousness, when you have that boldness, you're automatically going to make people believe you.
Regardless
Yeah.
of
And
whatever,
women were
yeah.
like, "Oh, just try it first, and you'll see."
But
why
no,
why
it's
would I
like,
want
no.
to try it? Let me see it. Or let me see it first. Let me see it gassed up first, and then
Let
after
people
that,
hype it up, even if they haven't tried it.
exactly. Now, if I'm on that same level with a male counterpart, who are they going to go back to after me? Because my quality is better. But quality is what keeps people, and that's
People,
what I have to
yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
How do I get them interested in the first place? So you have to be a little bit more bold.
Whether you like it or not, yeah, you just have to be bold.
Exactly.
There are just some things that you have to do, especially if you're in Nigeria. Nigerians like buzz and hype. So if
Yeah.
Mr. A is who is buzzing right now,
Honestly,
everybody's
they
literally
want to
behind
just
Mr.
be in
A
with
and
whatever
just
is
like,
the
that's who
trend,
they're going
the
to be.
current thing. Yeah.
So you just have to do what's going to be buzzing,
Exactly.
and then when you get into the door, obviously, then
Exactly.
you use your quality,
Your quality
to, now
to
keep them. Yes,
them.
exactly.
Exactly. But yeah, I think that was a good conversation, guys. Let's see how I am a month later. If I'm not bold, please knock my head. But how was
I'll
the
send
meal?
you a message. What's going on?
Exactly.
We don't have a conversation about this.
How was the
Are you
meal?
not? How was the meal?
Yeah.
I love it.
Can you tell by my plate?
I love it. I haven't eaten much, but I'll soon. I'm digging in.
No
don't worry.
problem. When the camera stops.
But it was really good. Really, really loved it.
Thank you so
Really
much.
good.
So we're gonna take a break now, and then we'll continue in a little while.
Okay.
Please drink your wine.
I shall.
Okay, so I want us to talk about where we are in the creative space in Lagos, Nigeria. Like, how do you feel? Do you feel like your artistic expression is to its peak, or even like the digital landscape? Do you feel like we're in a place that international markets are? Let's talk about that.
So I feel like obviously the opportunities are endless if you're not in Nigeria, to be honest. Nigeria kind of like cripples you a bit. But to say that, to think where we were 4 years ago, definitely where we are now.
Yeah.
There's been so much growth. When it was 4 years ago, to get a client to take you seriously as a content creator was like war. But now it's like, I think they've seen what can happen. So obviously it could be better.
Yeah.
You know, but I also try to look at it from a point where you cannot like in America, in one state in America, there are probably like 500 million brands.
Yeah.
Compared to everything that we have accumulated in Nigeria as brands. So, their funding, it's easy to say it could all definitely be better, but as a country itself, Nigeria is not where America is.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
to think that we're gonna get what they do in America is.
But do you feel
almost
like
as
we're
much as ridiculous.
capitalizing off the digital platforms we do have today?
Not
Yeah.
as much
we
as
are
we should.
really
We
well.
are, but not as much. There's so much potential. Not as much as we should, but there's so many people, and it seems like Nigeria tries to hinder everything. Like they're trying to do crypto, they don't want you to do that.
Exactly,
They're
they
trying to
don't.
do this, they don't want. It's like.
But one thing I noticed, I think the content creators that are getting viral kind of views internationally are able to make money from the platform. Can Nigerians make money
So
from
no, that's another thing. I
TikTok
don't know
or
why
I don't
people
Instagram?
think so.
think-
No, I think there's honestly preference to international countries.
No, but I don't know why. I know there is, but it's not as. The margin is not that much. So if you're in America, it's not every state in America. It's not all Americans that have the platform to make money off TikTok. It's not all. No, it's not all Americans.
Because every time Instagram wants to test something, they always say it's limited to the US, to this, to that.
No, but sometimes
your
it's limited to
region.
some countries in Europe. So I understand Nigerians' pain though, because nothing actually comes to Africa. But
Exactly.
it's
Africa.
not like it's Americans.
But what's
that
wild
gets
is like
everything.
These
Well, how
TikTok,
come?
especially in TikTok, I'm seeing so much inspiration. People copying things that come from our continent.
With dances,
Like the
No,
dances,
Africa,
the music.
Africa is
yeah.
like the it
It
thing for
happens with
content.
everything, though.
Yes,
Even
every-
arts, fashion,
music.
music.
Everything is from Africa. I think we just need to accept that they're always going to steal our ideas or rub off, try to do better what we have already created. But it will never be
Yeah.
as we do it.
But how do you feel
authentic.
like, for example, like as content creators, obviously Instagram was the hype, right? And now I don't think it's at its peak anymore. You're having to now find another.
Struggle with
You have to
other
recreate yourself on another platform. Like I think what you mentioned earlier was that we don't even know where the digital space is going.
Going.
Like as a content creator, that gives a lot of people anxiety. Like to build my platform, to build my business.
And
This is
then
my
tomorrow
business, and
somebody
then
else
tomorrow it can
comes.
just crash, and then.
I keep thinking about Instagram crashing. I'm like, what next? But that's why I don't want to.
Do you
put all
remember
my
when
eggs
Instagram
in
crashed for like
one day?
a day or 2 hours? It was like the only good thing was that I was
Yeah.
sleeping, so I didn't
Yeah.
realize. But when I woke up, it was like the world had stopped
It was
staring.
really,
Did you know? I'm like, thank God I was sleeping
There were
because I
things
probably
like
would
that
have been
make you think
frustrated.
that like
Yeah.
you should not focus only on Instagram.
But then, okay, let me
there's
ask you, if you don't want to focus on.
There's TikTok.
be honest, there's
Twitter.
nothing
I'm
like-
just saying.
But
there
can
are
you
other
apply
things you can
yourself
do.
with the same effort in all these platforms?
You can. Because
Okay, so let me give you
I
an
learned
example.
one
like,
hack. For example, I edit my videos on an editing app now, and then I can put that on multiple
every
platforms. Because when
other
I was
platform.
doing
You know
the
that-
same video on TikTok and then have to edit it again on
Oh
Instagram.
no! It's the same thing. You cross promote.
Yeah, you
across
just have to
the
cross
platforms.
promote.
And funny enough, those editing apps like PixArt or Video Leap, like they also have platforms for you to share your work as a creative.
Oh, really?
Yes, they do. I noticed TV recently. I'm going to like literally branch out on everyone because there are creators there creating. So it's not just Instagram because it's not too saturated. But like, for instance, with Pinterest, that's an overlooked app. But
I
Pinterest
don't
is where
understand
everyone
Pinterest.
goes for inspiration.
It's true. I'm on
About
Pinterest for inspiration,
You
but me, I don't have a
why don't you
Pinterest.
put your content there for people to find you as
You're
inspiration?
right. You're right, girl.
Do you understand?
That
Because
makes
we're all
sense.
content creators, so
Yeah.
you put yourself there, and people find
But let's
you.
be
and
honest, Sha,
you
there's no
link
app
it
like
to your
Instagram,
Instagram
Sha.
account.
There's no
But
app
that
like
can
it.
be
Let's
the
just
only way you
accept
put your efforts in.
like right now as it is. Maybe somebody
TikTok.
else. No, I beg.
TikTok. is
I
not
love
hard.
TikTok.
I like
I love
TikTok. I'm not
TikTok.
TikTok. I like it because I just joined it, but
Oh, you
I
just
find
joined-
it. Yes,
I joined it when it was COVID. I
no,
was
I
dancing
just
like
joined
an
it.
idiot.
But
I
the
love
thing
TikTok.
is, it's not really. I don't know.
It's
It's a
just
bit
because
ratchet
it's
for me,
just
just
But
for
also, I
It's
think
hard.
I think it's a cultural and generational thing. Like the young, the newer generations, the younger people. TikTok
there.
is like their
That's it.
their
That's the
place.
zone.
Like
And the way they
I
go-
grew
they
up on
get popular,
Instagram,
it's
right?
insane.
So I do
And
have
I
a-
think that's another thing.
yeah.
Where TikTok makes people like blow up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
And they
again,
get
I don't know.
verified
Then
and-
again, is it really just about blowing up? Like, I don't know. For me, just like you said, it
Yeah.
will always be quality over
Yeah.
quantity. I don't know. I don't think I will still take being what I have on Instagram than TikTok. TikTok just seems like a marketplace.
But it's
Like,
not
there's
just
no
dancing.
direction.
Like I'm
And
not one of
they
those
are-
people that I don't
and
go
then I
out.
feel like
to
TikTok, they just lie so much.
make a name for yourself and then you branch out into other things.
No, but I don't
Exactly.
think so though. Did you see the thing about the girl that is like has some thousand views on TikTok followers, and then she had like a meet and greet in America,
And it was what?
and not a single person showed up?
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was a big deal like some weeks ago. Like no, she has like over maybe
Wow.
3-4 million followers on TikTok, and she did like a whole campaign for people to come for like not a single person showed up. So I still
Okay.
feel like TikTok is a different
I think
world.
honestly, it's the whole translation aspect of what you do.
Exactly. Also,
But I have-
you.
I have one question. Do you think that your industry has a place for NFTs? Do you even think NFTs is a sustainable thing?
Right now, I've made money from NFTs. So
Oh, you have?
I haven't.
My brother
yet,
invests money
and
for me, and I
really
made a
want
lot
to.
of money last month. So, me, I'm team NFT.
Oh, wow.
I think Nigerians take a while to get onto.
Yeah,
lots of
I don't
things.
understand it.
I don't
I'm
understand
like
it too.
you. I don't understand it too.
I don't
That's how
understand
quiet.
it too, but if he's making me money, that's fine.
But what do you invest in NFTs?
Art. So my
I think
brother
art.
likes
I
that,
understand
yes.
art because I think the digital art market
Yes.
is evolving, but
Yes.
I can't understand it in any other creative.
Even I would not understand
So
it, but I think the art I would understand it. Yeah.
Like the art is attached to other things that you can get when you shopping or something like that. So you're getting more value than just.
And it's still somehow linked to
You know.
crypto because I think you have to buy
You buy it
in
with
crypto.
cryptocurrency,
Yeah.
yeah.
So everything is I think Nigerians are just so
Misha,
backward.
crypto, NFT.
NFT.
Yeah.
Just give me cash.
No, but apparently
Give me
there are like
cash.
ATM machines abroad that you can
Oh.
use crypto to get
I
out
don't
their
understand
currency.
it.
Even in Dubai.
Speaking baby grammar.
No, like
Please.
you can buy you like your Bitcoin. You can use it
Yeah.
like at an ATM, and it will give you. I don't know what
I
Dubai's
don't know.
money is, but
Sha,
it will give you like the.
It's something.
like to
It's something
learn
I don't
more.
understand, so I don't even think I can talk about it anymore.
Even I don't understand it, to be honest.
But I think it was good to at least touch on it on the surface. But wow, what a great conversation today, ladies.
Yeah.
I think I've learned a lot. I've been inspired by this, and
I want to see that so that when I
Exactly.
see your work, I'm
so
like,
I have one thing
hey.
to ask you. What's the one thing you've learned from this podcast?
NFT. Okay. Well, I think just hearing like your struggles with work and yours also just shows that like I'm not the only one going through what I'm
Facing
going
it,
through.
yeah.
Like we're all in this together because some people look so
A lot of
well
time
put
it seems
together
like,
and
yeah,
look so
like everything
perfect,
is just
but,
seems
we
like
can all
great.
relate, so
No,
Come
I
on,
agree.
everybody's
Like,
where
I
is dealing with
can-
all of us.
Exactly.
yeah,
We're all
just
in this
relax
together.
and move at my own
Pace.
pace
And
not
own
feel
it.
rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What's yours, Derin?
Mine is over food and good wine. Anything is possible. 'Cause my dreams are about
See,
pop.
my food is creating.
Not your food.
Motivation.
Anything. Like if I only went this big shit, I don't know how I'll live here. My tummy is big, but yeah,
I
it
think
was amazing.
my one thing, and I've said it enough today, own it and be
yeah,
audacious.
you do. You need
That's
to
it.
and be bold. You just
Be
need
bold,
to just take
audacious.
it.
Confident,
You know,
Exactly.
yeah.
understand your value. or what you have to
Exactly.
offer.
Very important.
But
Just
no,
know your value.
Thank you
regardless.
so much, ladies.
Thank you for having
you for
us.
having
This
us.
was good.
Final cheers.
Thank you for the wine.
Of course.
Thank God I'm not driving.
Another great podcast. I think we are learning so much. Thank you to the ladies for just being there to give us some creative inspiration. I love hearing everyone's stories. This is what inspires us every day. All I have to say is be bold, be audacious, and back yourself. Back yourself. Thank you, Declan, for the wine, and Oama, styled by In Her Closet, for this gorgeous dress. I feel cute. It's nice to be out of my chef's jacket. And thank you to Mile Nigeria for giving us the space to just wine and dine and commune.
Thank you guys.
Make sure to subscribe and be back for more.